So good morning, children.
Good morning, ma'am.
Hope you are all fine. You tried yesterday's questions, learned previous day's portion, and is it so?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, very good. I'm very happy when you say you are doing. Okay. Maths, see maths, particularly you have to learn daily portions regularly, daily. Learn the daily portions daily. And whenever you get weekends, what you do? You select some selected topics, some top topics. Just once again go through it. Okay, does not mean you have to sit and learn all the time. It's not, again, not meaning that. But once in a while, weekends, when you are free, what do? You just go through some difficult topics, some different questions, you select it and check whether you are able to recall it. In that way, you have to keep in touch with all the topics you are completing. Then only you'll be able to learn for the board exam easily. Okay? Okay, children, we can start. Okay. Yesterday we discussed about maxima and minima, isn't it? So as the curve goes on increasing, it reaches a peak value, or when it goes down. When it goes down, when the function is going on decreasing, it takes a minimum value. That is, otherwise we call it as turning points. We call that as turning points. Okay, so at the turning points, the function may have a maximum value and minimum value. There are two tests for finding the maxima and minimum, isn't it? There are two tests to find the maxima and minima. First derivative test and second derivative test. Okay, we are not yet started with the problem. We just discussed that how to find the maximum minimum using first derivative test. Okay, how to find the maxima and minima using first derivative test. Can you recall the steps? How to find out the maxima and minima using the first derivative test? Go through it, what we discussed. Tell me the points. Yes, Aditya, can you give me the points? How to find maxima and minima using first derivative test?
Find f dash of x.
Very good. Find f dash of x. Then one time only we have to differentiate. Then
F dash of x is equal to 0.
f dash of x, we will be equating it to 0. Then
Solve and find the value of x.
we will be solving that. We will equate f dash of x to 0. We solve it and we find the value of x. Once we get the value of x, once we find the value of x,
F dash of x is positive to negative.
Whenever the value of x, when x is changing along through this point, okay, if the sign is changing from positive to negative, it is a point of maxima. If the sign of f dash of x is changing from positive to negative, it is a point of maxima. And
Negative to positive minimum.
this negative to positive means it is a point of minimum. Okay.
F dash of x, no change in the sign.
If f dash of x, there is no change,
Point of inflection.
it is the point of inflection, isn't it? Point of inflection. If there is no change, we call that as point of inflection. Aparna, did you try that questions, yesterday's questions again? Is there any doubt finding the maxima and minima? Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am, I tried it.
Okay, no doubts. Is it clear? If I give a question, whether you'll be able to solve?
Yes, ma'am.
What about Anila Mohanan? Okay. So look at here. Okay, Can you see the board, children? The graph is, look at here. The function is going on increasing, then it reaches a peak value, thereafter it is decreasing. So at this point, we will get maximum. Similarly, here it's going on decreasing, then it starts increasing. So here we will be getting a minimum. We'll get the minimum value. Okay. Okay. So now we are going to find the derivative using first derivative. Okay, you are going to find out the maxima and minima using first derivative test. Write the question. Find the points of local maxima and minima. Find the points of local maxima and minima for the function f of x is equal to x cube minus 3x plus 3. Find the points of local maxima and minima for the function f of x is equal to x cube minus 3x plus 3. X cube minus 3x plus 3. So now listen, children. So the function f of x is given as x cube minus 3x plus 3. X cube minus 3x plus 3. So we want to find f dash of x. We'll be finding f dash of x. Children, see, we are doing just a sample because we very rarely we use first derivative test. All the problems we solve it by using second derivative. All the problems we solve it by second derivative. Just to understand, for your understanding, I'm giving one question in first derivative test. Usually, if it is find maxima and minima, the problem is based on using the second derivative only. It's not first derivative. Okay. So here we are doing this. We are going to find the maximum minimum using first derivative. So I'm finding the first order derivative. First order derivative means we'll be differentiating only once. So this derivative of x cube, which is 3x square minus 3. Okay. So now f dash of x is equal to 0 implies 3x square minus 3 is 0. So from here we can take 3 as common. So you'll get x square minus 1 is 0. So from here you will get the values of x as 1 and minus 1. Okay, if you want, you can write one more step here. It is 3 into x plus 1 into x minus 1 is 0. So you'll get x is 1 and minus 1. Okay, so now, okay, after this, you draw the box. You draw a box. Okay, I'm going to take a value. So at x is equal to 1, I'm taking a value x less than 1, x greater than 1, x less than 1, x greater than 1. 1 second. You draw the box. When x is greater than 1, what is the sign of f dash of x? When x is less than 1, what is the sign of f dash of x? When x is less than minus 1, what is the sign of f dash of x? And when x is greater than 1, what is the sign of f dash of x? When x is greater than minus 1, what is the sign of f dash of x? Now listen, what is f dash of x here? 3 into x plus 1 into x minus 1. Listen, children. All of you keep your pens down and listen. Keep your pen down, sit straight, listen. Here, x. Okay, I'm going to look at the sign of x. I'm going to find the sign of f dash of x when x is greater than 1. So when x is greater than 1 means you don't take a very big value. You want to take like limit, what we used to do, limit, we take a value closer to 1. You select a value which is closer to 1. For example, I'm going to take 1.1. Don't take 2 and all. You take a value which is greater than 1 but very close to 1. So if you take a value which is greater than 1 and very close to 1, I'm taking 1.1. Look at the sign of f dash of x. 3 into 1.1 plus 1 into 1.1 minus 1. Is it positive or negative? We want only the value sign. Sign only, it is positive. Is it clear? Is it clear, Shubham? Now you take a value less than 1. For example, I'm taking x is 0.9. What about the value sign of f dash of x? 3 into 0.9 plus 1 into 0.9 minus 1. Is it positive or negative?
Negative.
It is negative. It is negative. Now take the next case when x is less than minus 1. When x is less than minus 1. When x is less than minus 1 means what's the value we will get?
Minus 0.1.
Minus 0.1 is greater, isn't it?
0.9.
A value which is less than minus 1. If I take 0.9 and 1. 0.9 is less than 1. But if I take minus, what happens? 0.9 will be greater than minus 1. Is that no? 0.9 will be greater than minus 0.9 is greater than minus 1. Is that no? Is that no, Aishwarya? So I want a value less than minus 1. So what's the value we will take? What's the value we will be taking here? Tell me. Minus?
Minus 1.1.
Yes, minus 1.1. You can take minus 1.1. Substitute there and check what is the sign. 3 into minus 1.1 plus 1 into minus 1.1 minus 1. What is the value we get?
Positive.
Here also it is negative. Here also it is negative. It is positive. When x is greater than minus 1, I take a value greater than minus 1. Which one you can take? Is it minus negative 0.9? Is that no? So what is the f sign of f dash of x? 3 into minus 0.9 plus 1 into minus 0.9 minus 1.
Negative.
It is negative. Now listen, children. Okay, I'm taking x is equal to 1. Okay, when you take x is equal to 1, I'm taking a value, greater value 1.1 and smaller value I'm taking 0.9. Okay, if I take x is equal to 1, this is x is equal to 1. The smaller value I'm considering 0.9 and the next one is 1.1. When x is 0.9, the sign is negative and it is 1.1, it is positive. The sign is changing from negative to positive. The sign of f dash of x is changing from negative to positive. It is changing from negative to positive. So what can you say about that point? Is it a point of maximum or minimum?
Minimum.
Negative to positive. So x is equal to 1 is a point of minimum. Is it correct, children? X is equal to 1 is a point of minimum. Take the next case. When you take the next case, when x is minus 1, when x is minus 1, I'm taking a value which is smaller than that, which is the value smaller than that one, minus 1.1, and here I'm taking minus 0.9. Smaller value is minus 1.1, isn't it? So here the sign is changing from positive to negative. For 0.9 it is positive, 0.9 negative, 0.9 it is negative, minus 1.9 it is positive. So the sign is changing from positive to negative, isn't it? Isn't it, Shubham? Karthik?
Yes, ma'am.
So is it clear? Is it okay up to this?
Yes, ma'am.
So it is a point of, is it a point of maximum, minimum here? It is changing from positive to negative. The sign of f dash of x is, okay, sign of f dash of x is changing from positive to negative. Therefore, x is equal to minus 1. X is equal to minus 1 is the point of, it is changing from positive to negative. Therefore, it is a point of
Ma'am, can you explain from after the table? I didn't understand.
see, after this table, okay, up to this finding the sign, is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now you take the value x. I'm taking x is equal to 1. Okay. Here we have 0.9 and here it is 1.1. You take a, here it is less than 1. Here it is greater than 1. You take a value which is less than 1. You take a value which is greater than 1. And look at the sign. From where to where the sign is changing?
Negative to positive.
If the sign of f dash of x is changing from negative to positive, as the value of x is increasing, look here whether x is increasing.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So okay, the value is changing from negative to positive. So it is a point of minimum. Again, take the next one when x is equal to minus 1. Is it increasing? Look at here, x is equal to minus 1 means it is less than minus 1. This is greater than minus 1. Is that no? Is that no, children? Is it okay, Aishwarya?
Ma'am, why aren't we taking negative one as the point of minimum?
Here we are getting x. What is the value here? X value is. Here, this is the definition. The definition is there. When f dash of x changes from negative to positive, it is the point of minimum. Go through the method given there yesterday.
Yesterday I was not there at the last part of the class.
When
After the meeting ended.
When f dash of x changes from negative to positive. Okay, f dash of x changes from negative to positive, it is the point of minimum. And whenever f dash of x changes from positive to negative, it is the point of maxima. Okay, now is it okay? Is it okay, Aditya? Aishwarya, is it clear? If f dash of x, whenever the sign of f dash of x is changing from negative to positive. Okay, when x is increasing through that point, at that point when x is 1, look at here, when x is increasing, f dash of x is changing from negative to positive. Therefore, it is a point of minimum. And when f dash of x changes from positive to negative, it is a point of maximum. Aishwarya is there? Aishwarya, is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Note down that point. Okay, when f dash of x is changing from positive to negative, it is a point of, when it is changing from negative to positive, from negative to positive, means it is a point of, here it is changing from negative to positive, so it is a point of minimum. And if it is changing from positive to negative, it is a point of maximum. So here, see, just go through it. Okay, make it fast. That is the first derivative test. This is the first derivative test. Aishwarya, note it. Okay. Just the sign value is enough. Let f be a function. Okay, if f dash of x changes the sign from positive to negative, it is the point of local maxima. And if f dash of x changes the sign from negative to positive, it is the point of local minima. And if f dash of x does not change the sign, then it is the point of inflection. It is the point of inflection. So this is about the first derivative test. So okay. So here, when we go through this x, when the sign of f dash of x is changing from negative to positive, so it is the point of minimum. And in the second case, it is changing from positive to negative, so it is the point of maxima. So x is equal to -1 is the point of maximum. Okay. And this test, we call it, we are differentiating the function only once, and we call it as first derivative test. Okay. So in first derivative test, very rarely only we use usually second derivative test. Very important test is second derivative test. Is it okay? So here, find f of 1 and find f of -1 and give the answer.
1 and 5.
F of 1 is 1.
Yes, ma'am.
And what is your next one?
5.
5. Here also, in some cases, minimum value will be positive, maximum value will be negative. Don't think it will be maximum value will be always positive, minimum value will be negative. Okay, it is not for, okay, in such cases we can't say. Sometimes a function, suppose the curve is moving like this means, okay, suppose the function is going like this. So here you may get a maximum value. Within this region, this is the maximum value. So the maximum value may be negative. So don't think the maximum will be positive, minimum will be negative and all. It depends on the curve. It depends on the function. Okay. In second derivative, write the heading, finding maxima, minima using second derivative test. Find the maxima, minima using second derivative test. So in second derivative test, children, what you have to do is step 1, you find f dash of x. Then find f double dash of x. You have to find both the derivatives, f dash of x and f double dash of x. You have to find f dash of x and f double dash of x. Then step 3, equate f dash of x to 0. Equate this for 0 and solve for x. And solve for x. You have to solve and find the values of x. Equate first order derivative to 0 and solve for x. Once you solve and get the values of x, substitute this x values. Substitute this x values, solved values, okay, in f double dash of x. Substitute these values in f double dash of x. If f double dash of x is positive, that is, if it is positive greater than 0, x is a point of local minima. If it is positive, it is minimum. Second order derivative is positive, means it is minimum. And f double dash of x is less than 0. That is, if it is negative, x is a point of local minima, maxima. Okay, negative means you will get this as a point of local maxima. So for the exam, the question will be simply find the local maximum, local minimum. Find the local maximum and local minimum. Okay. If it is find the local maximum and local minima, what do you have to do? We will be using the first order derivative. We use first order derivative. Write the question. Find the local maxima and minima of the function. Find the local maxima and minima of the function f of x is equal to. Find the local maxima and minima of the function f of x is equal to x cube minus 3x. Find the local maxima and minimum of the function f of x is equal to x cube minus 3x.
Now, can you repeat question once more?
Find the local maxima and minima of the function. Find the local maxima and minima of the function f of x is equal to x cube minus x. Okay, so once the question is given, find the local maxima and minima and all means we want to find the derivative. We have to find the maxima minima using second derivative test. We'll be finding the maxima minima using second derivative test. That means we have to differentiate the function how many times? 2 times. Do it. Find out f dash of x, find f double dash of x. Right. Find what is f dash of x. What is f dash of x?
3x square.
Minus 1, isn't it? And what is f double dash of x?
6x.
6x. Next step, what you have learned? Equate f dash of x to 0, isn't it? Equate f dash of x to 0. So you'll get 3x square minus 1 is 0. So 3x square is equal to 1. So x square is 1 by 3. Therefore, x is equal to plus or minus 1 by root 3. Is it okay? So we are getting two values for x. x is equal to 1 by root 3, x is equal to minus 1 by root 3. Two values are there for x. Up to this, is it okay, Annette? Tomlin?
Yes, ma'am.
So once you find the x, yes, Karthik? Once you find this x, substitute this in f double dash. So what is f double dash of 1 by root 3? Is it positive or negative? We don't want the value. So it is 6 into 1 by root 3. Is it positive or negative? F double dash of 1 by root 3. Is it positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive. It is greater than 0, isn't it? Therefore, x is equal to 1 by root 3 is a point of minima. Okay, it is the point of minima. Therefore, what is the minimum value? Therefore, what is the minimum value? It is f of 1 by root 3. It is f of 1 by root 3. So it is 1 by root 3 the whole cube minus 1 by root 3. So it is 1 by 3 root 3 minus 1 by root 3. Is it correct? Root 3 the whole cube is root 3 into root 3 into root 3. Denominator. So we can write this as 1 by 3 root 3 minus 1 by root 3. If you take 1 by root 3 as common, here you will get 1 by 3 minus 1. So which is minus 2 by 3 root 3. Okay. Now take the next value. Which is the next value? When x is plus 1 by root 3. So when x is plus 1 by root 3, what about f double dash? What is f double dash of 1 by root 3? Is it positive or negative? What is f double dash of 1 by root 3?
And x is equal to negative 1 by root 3.
Okay, at the beginning we took out. Okay, then f double dash of minus 1 by root 3. Is it positive or negative? Both the values you have to consider. What are the values you are getting for x? That one you substitute in f double dash and you have to check whether it is positive or negative. So the beginning we put x is 1 by root 3. So here you put x is minus 1 by root 3. So what is f double dash of minus 1 by root 3?
Negative.
It is negative. Is it correct, Chomlin? Is it negative you are getting there? Therefore, x is equal to minus 1 by root 3 is a point of local maxima. Okay, it is the point of local maxima. And what is the maximum value? Therefore, the maximum value is f of minus 1 by root 3. Substitute this value and find out what is the maximum value.
2 by 3 root 3.
It is 2 by 3 root 3. Okay, once you, after finding this, you conclude it. So by writing that maximum value is 2 by root 3 and it occurs when x is equal to minus 1 by root 3. Same way, write the next one also. Minimum value is minus 2 by 2 root 3 root 3 and it occurs when x is equal to 1 by root 3 and it occurs when x is equal to 1 by root 3.
Ma'am,
Yes.
maximum value should be minus 4 by 3 root 3, right?
What is the function? Can you
Cube
give
minus 6.
f of x is, what is the function given here? X cube minus x, isn't it? We are finding f dash of minus 1 by root 3. So minus 1 by root 3, the whole cube minus, so minus of minus, it will become plus 1, isn't it? So it is minus 1 by root 3, minus 1 by 3 root 3, plus 1 by root 3. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So when you take the LCM, what you will get? If I take 1 by root 3 as common, minus 1 by 3 plus 1. So what is the answer? Is it 2 by root 3 root 3?
Yes, ma'am.
Here we have cube. When you cube it, it will become negative. Now write the next question, children. Is it okay? Anila Mohan, is it okay? Write the next one. Find the local maxima and minimum of, find the local maxima and minima of f of x is equal to, f of x is equal to x cube, f of x is equal to x cube minus 6x square plus 9x plus 12. F of x is equal to x cube minus 6x square plus 9x plus 12. Find out. Okay. Okay, do one thing, children. Okay, this time up, you try to solve it. We can discuss it in the next period. One more period we have that time. Okay, you find out the first order derivative, try to solve it. Okay, we end the session now. Thank you.